There we go.
Alrighty.
Yes, hello. Uh, G'day mates, it's Black Vulpine here, and today I've got a friend named Revo with me today, and they're going to be playing Kid Icarus Uprising. You're an expert at this game, apparently.
Yeah, I played this a lot as a kid. Actually, my mum was sort of an inspiration. Had her play this. She used to play the NES with us as kids. Used to watch her, and she beat this game before either me or my sister were even able to get that far. And out of pure just wanting to be able to do it too, I kept at it, and I can now beat the game.
Yeah, I've played this game myself. You can press start. I've played this game myself, but it's not played the original game, and I certainly would not be able to play as well as you can.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
all it takes is a lot of practice and like learning the patternings of things and just a consistent like patience, because there's no timer like all these other games that have timers like Super Mario and things like that, where you've got to finish a level like in a certain amount of time. That's fair, but these you can like literally take your time with it mostly. Like easy, gather as many hearts as you can, it helps you with the shots, things like that. And so yeah, patience is sort of key a little bit. I know some people would prefer to speed run, but ultimately this is the ultimate tactic for it, like a whole bunch of patience.
And really in this game, survival is more important than anything else.
Yeah, and honestly the patience can sometimes save you with that. If you just rush around, it's going to be a lot more troublesome for you.
Of course, the professional speedrunners would have a leg up on us.
Oh yeah, they if they can manage to speedrun this whole game and actually do a decent job, like they will never get, because there's several endings to this game. Like if you don't get all certain things or something like that, and sometimes you can play through it again after the first time and you have all your level ups, you can come back and do it again, and you get a chance of a different ending if you don't get it the first time around. But ultimately I try to get the best ending I can for the very first round, and that requires pretty much unlocking all the statues in the castles, and also getting a lot of hearts and having all the power-ups you can get before you reach Medusa at the very end of the game.
Yeah.
And defeat her ultimately, and obviously get your hammers and stuff to dislodge all your friends that she's turned to stone. But again, if you don't ever have enough, you can buy them.
Now, yeah, my first experience with this game was on the 3DS version of it. I'm not talking about Kid Icarus Uprising. I am actually talking about there was part of the 3D Classics series back in the early days of the 3DS. But of course, I died a lot in this game because I was completely unfamiliar with it. But because I played Kid Icarus Uprising a lot, I know the names of a lot of the enemies as well. But the 3DS version of Kid Icarus also had a manual explaining some of the cheats, including the so-called
Treasure room?
no, not the treasure room, the bartering.
Oh, right, yeah, the
barter.
bartering for certain shops and things.
Yeah.
And by the way, that still only works if somehow, like,
A second controller's
you've
plugged.
got not just that, but I think also it depends on whether or not you meet the level of the shopkeeper. Like, if you don't get the right arrows and things.
Uh-oh, piss
Yeah,
off the
that
Reaper.
was not a good thing. Normally I don't piss them off. Like I said, impatience can be a problem. If you're not impatient, fine.
think the repets are gone.
So treasure.
Ah, yes. Here's the treasure in you. Now, apparently, you know that there's a pattern to this thing.
Yeah, there's usually a pattern. Doesn't mean it always works. Like, you can look things up online to give you a bit of a hand with this. Like, obviously when we were kids, you had to just hope for the best.
I'm gonna grab the second controller here. Oh dear. I pulled the switch out of the console. Please don't crash on me streaming software.
Oops.
I did not think that through.
Oh
Um. Well,
Alright, so hold
is everything still recording? Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So far it reckons, as a general troubleshoot for the first one, stage 1, sort of one, it's the pattern is shoot the number 1, which was the top one here, shoot number 2, which is the one on this platform. Then it claims if none of them are hearts, so if I've got 2 hammers, I'm to shoot C, which is over this side. So we'll see how well this works out. 9 out of 10 it's going to screw me over because it doesn't always work. Okay, so it's a heart. Now what? Oh, or D.
So,
Last. So C and...
So D is the one in there in the middle.
Just trying to understand this. Shoot C or D last according to table. So C was a heart. And don't tell me what to do after that. Are you kidding? So, right. We had a thing. B was not done yet. So, it's hard because there's a table here. So you have to forgive me for that. Okay, so 3... There's a hammer. First, there's a heart. B must be shot last. No, that's pattern 2. Pattern 1, A, B, C. Alright. Look at D. D's probably last. So where's D? That's the middle.
Alright. Yeah, D's the one in the middle.
Hopefully they're right. The middle was the last one. Yep, there you go. I sort of figured it out. Took a little bit because reading it was a real pain in the
That's
butt.
not exactly a Venn diagram, but it's still pretty convoluted.
Yeah, something to work off of a little bit. Gives you more of a chance than not. And so obviously that treasure room got a feather, which helps us if you happen to fall. It will help you fly temporarily. And that's about all.
Oh, if you fall off the screen, which is a real danger in this
yeah.
level.
I usually try not to ever have to use feathers. Doesn't mean yeah, I'm going to be a bit more patient than you.
I was expecting you would probably just try and stealth your way past those.
No, I actually take the time out. And this one's not so bad because I'm on the bottom level, and you'll see there's a trick to this too. You just sort of hide in between screen, and like it's kind of another way to sort of farm a little bit. If you've got a good platform, the one at the top here is going to be potentially harder.
You gotta be careful how far you jump.
Yeah. The thing is, I'll probably jump too high because it's got like a screen sensitivity of like.
There's still some screen left. There's 1 pixel left. Whoa! Surprise!
You get little fire things sometimes count. And right at the moment we've got really no defenses for those, so it's best to just keep running.
You can't shoot them.
You could a little bit, but they're likely to shoot you as well. Like, these things take 2 shots at the moment, so we don't have all 3 because there's no power-ups, as yet. Just plain old Kid Icarus.
Yeah, there's no, yeah, Pit is the character's name.
Yeah, but still plain old Kid. Hasn't got anything upgraded yet.
I love how they reference that in Kid Icarus Uprising. Though, like, who is this Icarus? This game's named after. When can I meet him?
Yeah, exactly. It's like.
And Palatine is just like, no.
Too, weirdly, but I know every time you walk into something like where you do get the character that says, "Oh, here you go, Kit, take this," and I'm like, sounds similar to like, you know, Zelda reference, you know, here's a sword, take this, you know.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Yes. Precisely, it's a little bit like that, but it gives you your power-ups, or you take your pick in one of the other games later on, which I don't know if we'll get to one of those this time around, but if we do, yeah, you get to pick out of 3 potential things that go in that little weapons section there.
Yeah.
To help you along your way.
Of course, your main objective is to acquire the 3 sacred treasures before you go and rescue Palatine.
That's what happens in the ends of the castles when you defeat the bosses. You get those, like 1 each castle. So you ultimately have castles. And then after the 3rd one, when you finish it, it takes you to Medusa level. To rescue Palatine. And ultimately, like, a lot of people don't even get to the Medusa level because they're also like, you know, I don't want to play this game anymore because I get tired of dying or whatever it is. But if you ever get to the Medusa level, if we do that one, I'll show you. It's actually pretty easy to do. It's like,
well, from what I've heard, and again, this was referenced in Uprising, this level, this zone, the underworld, is actually, despite being the first in the game, is actually the hardest.
I think that's only because you don't have any power-ups, like, to help, and you gain them as you go along. But even then, the other levels are just as hard, and the castles are a pain because you don't get to use those extra power-ups in the castles. You only get to use them outside in the open world. And the only other time you get to use, like you said, your treasures is in Medusa, like the actual treasures, Medusa level. You don't get to use those ones anytime prior at all. Like, that's why those other ones are there to help, I think. And that's why, to me, I think, yeah, this game is easier than people make it out to be. It's all about patterning. As you can tell with those, they go on a pattern.
Yeah, I noticed they were, every one of those, I forget the name of those enemies.
I think they're like...
The ones with the Groucho Marx faces.
Yeah, they're pretty much like a nose with a mustache, if I remember correctly. Like,
yeah, but that's not what they're called, though.
No. I'm just describing what they're supposed to look like when you look at the... Because I actually had... I think I do have it somewhere around. A Kid Icarus book from the NES that actually said the names of all these things, but I never really paid attention to the naming. I just focused on trying to beat the game. Didn't mean it worked. Like, here we go, this is the...
Yeah, like those guys you were fighting there are...
This one here's a black market, pretty much, trying to suck you in. I think these are the guys you can try and barter down, I think, or is it normal shops? I can't quite remember.
I think you can barter down the black market. First things first, what is the Chico?
I thought it was like pressing AB simultaneously. I thought that's all it was on the second controller.
Yeah, on the second controller, which I've got right here.
And I think...
AB simultaneously, so...
I think that was it. I can't quite remember. It's been a long time. And I said it may not even work.
That's not working.
It's a Switch version that we're playing. I'm just not...
Yeah, but it should... Cheats should still... This will not work with shops with the black background, which we were just in, so...
Okay, so well... And again, we got a sort of equal level to it, but... if I could do it at a higher power, it's usually more workable as well. That's something I've been told. So.
Yeah. Spec noses are those Groucho masks.
Oh, there you go. That's the names of them.
Yeah, and yeah, Reapers and Repettes here.
Those are the main enemies we've seen so far, and the little snakes, whatever they call the you know, the little blue things that I started fighting at the start of this.
Little blue things.
They look like little snakes.
Oh, those. Nettlers, well, no, those are the Nettlers are the guys that with that look like toads with the big eyes.
Yeah, that we've had one of those, or two of those, the red-looking things, I think.
Yeah, we have seen those guys.
Well, we've had snakes, little snakes. Oh, you'll see more of them soon. Because they're always constant in this game, you don't normally get...
Yeah, so I can't look up pictures of these ones at the moment, but...
So this is what I mean.
Some of the enemy names... some of the enemy names we got, Shima, Komilus, Kobil, or Magoo, I think. Yeah.
Sometimes the names just get complicated. I think that's why I just prefer to play.
They're Shimams.
Shimams, okay.
Shimamu. Yeah.
And this one, I found, there's a cheat to that one.
Yeah, which you just did.
Yeah. Sometimes you can get that with them, depending, but most of the time it's just that one.
Alright, you want to try bartering this guy?
We can try it, because it might work okay with him. See if he does it. Go on, who do you think? Yeah, I'm not high enough, even though we're the same level, he doesn't. Now he's up the prices of everything.
You can
so if you fail, it ups the price.
We can rewind this one if you want.
I don't know, I thought we'll like try and play this legit. Other than, you know, trying our random cheats. It's okay, I don't necessarily need anything right now, and until I get a barrel, like, these life potions are great. But, having barrels helps you store them, so yeah. I think at the moment I'm good.
In essence, it lets you have extra lives.
Yeah. Well, extra life, like, so if you get, like, right down to 0, it'll just give you a bit more bar of health, and it doesn't always fill up your bar. At the moment it would, because my bar is small, but it grows. Wee.
That was a close one.
Wee. Yep. It's ice.
Yeah, you're on ice.
So it is a tad slippery.
Yeah. She's on ice, if you'll pardon the pun.
Yep, very icy situation.
No. You should have said frosty situation.
Frosty? Really? I've always heard it as an expression of icy situation, not necessarily frosty.
You're on thin ice.
Oh, yes, that's true. Very much.
Okay, I promise.
Hold on, so thin, I can do this. Which you have to be very careful of.
How you do down and jump, or was it?
No, you just if you're just standing on ice or anything that's thin and you press down, you'll go right through it. So you've got to be very careful of that in this game too. Like any hold servers, you can't.
Okay, yeah.
So that's another warning about this game. You can literally fall through things if you're not careful what buttons you're pressing.
I promise we'll stop with the puns, with the ice puns, by the way.
That's they get a bit much after a while. Now this one I will skirt around. It will call its minions. I generally don't bother to try and kill it because it's hard as it is.
And he's only calling 2 of them. Oh,
no,
well, 2 at a time.
Always get 4.
We only got. Why we get 2 at first?
I don't know. Sometimes it does weird things like that. I also found sometimes the Switch version glitches sometimes. Like when you're playing it, like the screen will go a bit funny. Like it won't full on glitch to the point of stopping, but
Well, like sometimes you get artifacts on the screen.
Yeah, like it just looks a bit. Especially when you get further in the game. I'm not going to bother them yet either till I level up because they're going to be harder to. So this is where you go. Glad you came, Pit. See, there's his name. Here, take this. See?
magic
Yeah,
arrow,
take
and
this.
it's changed color
Yep,
slightly.
green. And now, these creatures would normally take probably, you know, a couple shots each. They now only take one. So, the power up,
The Ganymedes, yeah, that's what those.
to me, I just call
Octopus.
them crabby creatures, because to me that's kind of what they're like, or like octopi. I'm not entirely sure what they're supposed to represent.
I mean, it's interesting here as well because the
But each time you level up, things take less time to kill. So,
like the Ganymede, the picture that I've got of the Ganymede, it's
No,
basically like a skull with a single
no,
eye, but those
no.
guys had 2 eyes.
that's weird, because, hold on, no, because, those ones aren't the skulls, sorry. The skulls are actually in a castle, so you might be looking at the wrong one. Unless there's a skull version of those. That's the only thing I can think of. Because, like, I've seen the skulls in a castle, but not in a level. Like, those little red octopi things are something different, I think. They're either octopi or crabby things, I don't know, but they're not those skulls. They're something else entirely. Now, like, these orange frogs take one shot now, and because remember they were taking me at least 3 shots before. They take me like 1 now as a green pick.
Yeah,
what?
the Nettlers.
1.
You just one shot the Nettler.
So, like I said, each time you level up, things get a little easier. It doesn't mean it's completely easy. Like,
Now that flame thing there looks a little bit sus.
it does nothing. It's just pretty much decoration. I used to believe if you would go up to it, you would get burnt or it would kill you or something weird, but it does absolutely nothing. I'll show you in a minute, but on a complete
We've got another training area.
yeah, like I said, these are good for farming hearts as well. Like, the things they do, a lot of people would avoid these because they don't like the patterning, they don't like getting potentially hurt. But they're full hearts, which gives you a lot more coins than if it's just water or... See, look.
Yeah, it doesn't do it.
So these two, because they're thin, you press down, you're going to fall. I'm not going to do it now.
Oh yeah, soft. They're soft platforms and.
The soft platform.
Yeah.
So, like this, you won't...
Whoa.
Yeah, sometimes you can go a little bit off screen and still be okay, but you don't want to go too far depending unless you can tell there's something on the other side, because you will fall back. You will fall down. So this game can be real dicks in that way, like...
Yeah, this. Look, back in the NES era, games were a lot crueler than they are now.
Oh yeah, and like people say, you know, today's games are hard, I laugh in their face, because like, compared to this stuff, they didn't have to.
Yeah.
They didn't have to put up with this, like, unless they wanted to try.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and half the time they'd just give up and say, oh, this is too hard basket, and I'll be like, well, yeah, see,
Oh dear.
that's a die. That's okay. You just start from the start of this particular one, or you used to have this as your passwords to be able to write down, which was also a pain in the ass, and you'd have to enter it in your passwords, if you chose to give up at that point, right?
Yeah. But yeah, to take the.
But worst that happens if you die, you just start at the beginning of the level, and yes, some people say, oh, but that's a lot, and I'm like, yeah, but
Yeah.
given the fact that you can get through the level, because you start off with full health, like, when you first get into this, you may not, because, into the level, because, you've just completed another level, and you don't start every level with fresh health. You start with whatever you were left over with from the previous level, so, again, if you die, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. And it may even help.
Yeah, it can help with some things, like mainly the amount of health you have to get through this.
So to all those people that say games today are too hard, to them I say this: get good, scrub.
Pretty much. Like, there's some games that there is difficulties in them, yes. Like, there are some games I've come across which I think they designed purposely to make it nearly impossible for you to beat.
Lord knows Disney used that excuse.
Well, like I said, going a little bit away from
back in
I
the
believe what is Nintendo games, because I don't know, like, it's obviously, I don't think they were made as just Nintendo games, because you can get so many games now, broad spectrum, especially because Switch will have games that are on your PlayStation, on your, things like that.
yeah.
Especially coming the Switch era. But like, I think it was 2 games I've had trouble with, is, I think it's called Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Uh,
And some of the things that it has going on for it, it's like, yeah, very problematic. That one, to the stage I've gotten up to, I can't get past it because it is, like, extremely difficult. I haven't gotten past it. I haven't given up, but it's been a real pain in the bum. And, like, I think it's the second one of Little Nightmares, like, because you get 2 kids you can play. I played one of them, and then I played the next one, and I've got stuck on a level with the second one too at the moment. So some games today are a little bit of a thing, but you just keep at them and hope, you know, eventually you get through. And like, again, you have other people that do walkthroughs and give you a idea on how to beat it too. Like, we didn't have that with this.
no, we didn't have we didn't have internet back in the day of this game, and but here's the crazy thing though. Back in the 16-bit era, the Disney made their games really hard on purpose for whatever reason, because they, by some twisted logic, they thought that the games would be boring if they were too easy, if they were easy and beatable.
Yeah.
And like, I get why you don't want it to be too easy, but you don't want to be too hard either. Disney
Yeah.
just didn't know what the hell they were doing back then, and frankly, they still don't.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, but we're not going to talk about. We're not going to delve too deep into that because
No.
we're going to go into
It was just a discussion about games in general, and like that. Yeah, every now and then people will say something's too hard, and they're like, I'm like,
You're thankful you didn't grow up with these games if you struggle with games of today.
that's right. As I said, especially without internet help, or guidance, because like there was like nothing. Like, I believe there is quite a few people that have done how to complete Kid Icarus YouTube, possibly. Like, it's not an uncommon game for people to try and say, well, yeah, we know how to do it, we'll show you how. And I'm like, that's excellent, but I've never watched one of those. And like, I've always done this on my own, and each person does things a bit differently, I reckon. Like, it's never 100% the same. So here we are, another treasure room. So we're gonna have to try our
And
little
we'll bring
trick
up a
again.
little guide again.
So again, this is for stage 1, see above photo. So what's this one say? What about stage 2? See table pattern 2. Stage 2 is the same as stage 1. See table pattern 2. Well, then why you say it's the same? You make no sense. Okay, if 3 is a hammer, A must be shot last. If 3 is a heart, B must be shot last. So I go from 1 again at the very top.
So what? Hang on. So the top corner
there.
and the bottom. So just explain something to me. That top one is always safe, yes?
They claim it to be. I don't always buy this because, like I said, I don't think this strategy's worked all the way through the game. And even then, this is I'm not sure if this is the one we discovered ages ago that I actually had written down somewhere, but I can't find it now. But I'm going off this one I found, and it reckons it's the ultimate cheat for this. So we'll see how right they are. But we got a hammer there, then you usually shoot this one. They always reckon go 1, then 2, right? And they're both hammers. So it's a similar situation to before.
So which one did you hit? You hit the one directly opposite where you're standing now, yeah?
I believe so, but that one can be the Reaper, because I've seen it happen before. Like, because that second one on that side is not always safe. Like,
The Reaper one was the one in the middle before.
Yeah, the last time, but it won't be the same in each one. Like, it changes urns.
Okay.
So there is no consistency in that. Just as 1 and 2 are hearts, shoot 3 next, which is the bottom one.
The bottom corner.
But that's only if they're hearts, but they're not. So they're hammers. It says if either 1 or 2 is a hammer, shoot C or D table. So C or D would be the top one, which we just did. D is the middle. But I've got 2 hammers again. It wouldn't be in the middle again. Shouldn't be in the middle again. It says, let's see, table pattern 2. So this is table pattern 2. So A was a hammer. And we did, which other one? Was 1 and 2 is 3. Why is 3 not there? It's got the other ones. 3 was a hammer. So B should be a heart, is what it reckons. So this.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's correct.
This is what I'm going with. Reckons C should be a hammer. No, it's a heart. Okay, that throws that out. So if C is a heart, it's on pattern 1. Yeah, I said this is confusing. So 3 reckons if 3 is a hammer, A must be shot last. So where's A? A is that very top corner one, so I'm not going to shoot it, right?
Okay.
No, it lied. See? Because you have a look at that patterning there. It said if things were things, and I got that when I shot things, so I'm confused a little bit.
And some people at this point may be wondering why we didn't just pick up any of the items before shooting for the others. That's because if you haven't shot every single urn, then you can only grab 1 item.
Yeah, pretty much that. And also, if you're playing this legit, like, obviously being Switch version, you can rewind that and go back and just get the stuff, but I'm trying to play it like I would have played it on the original NES.
In fact, we had the
back in the day.
We had the NES micro console, but I was having problems with audio with my capture card. In fact, I was kind of having issues setting this one up as well, but it might have just been a audio driver issue on my end. Hopefully, this sounds quite normal to you. And the next time we do this, will probably be on the micro console. But
well, I said I actually have the real original console, but getting the games to work is a bit tricky nowadays.
Plus, I'm not sure how I could wiretap that.
That too, because it's an older technology. So old, it's actually...
I mean, maybe if I got the actual adapter for it.
I don't know.
The HDMI
Love
adapter.
hurt, by the way.
Yeah, obviously. Should probably get off this rock there.
Yeah, I'm moving. I just lost a whole bunch else over that.
Yeah, not worth it, was it?
A little bit. Kinda satisfying.
Oh, there's another heart. So you should you want to time grabbing it quite well, don't you?
Pretty much, if you can, and it's a difficult one too, especially because you have enemies coming at you.
Ganymede's a bloody menace at the moment.
Like I said, it's gonna be one of these things where it only lasts so long, like I said, half the time to make up the amount of hammers you need to get all the angels, you will have to buy some from shops at points. Things like that, and obviously your health and whatever else. Like,
now those yellow things, they hurt, don't they?
yeah, you want to try and avoid these little claw-looking things. They generally do hurt you if you touch them.
Good that you can duck under those.
Yeah, it's just under the shooting thing, like, and once you get certain powers laid down the track, they're easier to kill. Right now they're hard because we don't have these things. Alright, fine, bugger off. So again, we got this dude.
Black market dude.
Yeah. Probably not gonna bother. I don't have 500 for a barrel.
That's frustrating. We're like 2 hearts short, and we can't go back inside either.
No. Once you go into a shop, there's...
Once you go into any room, you can't go back into it.
No, if you exit, no. Not in that sense, no. The only shops you can re-enter are the ones in the castle. Because they technically don't have closable doors. They...
And what are you going to do about this Reaper? Are you going to just slip past him?
Slip past. I would normally spend the time to kill it just because it's worth the hearts, but... like I said, that doesn't help. And I'm low health.
Low health, so we've got to get moving.
Oh,
That Ganymede's a real menace right now.
got it.
Ooh.
Yes, there is a reason I have to go this way.
Alright. I'm just going to be quiet because you got to concentrate.
Yeah, it's alright. It's not a huge dealio. They're very low level health, but I do have a bottle of health. So
Oh, right. So you will be okay.
I did manage to buy one of those a while ago.
That's right, you did too. More Ganymedes. Alright. They're gone.
So for me, this is not a problem, because... this little
You cheesed that one.
cheat is like the best. If you can utilize that at any point, do so. Uh-oh. This is gonna be a fun part. This is where I get one of the treasures. Well, not really treasure, like main treasure, but the extra weapon.
You just quaffed your potion.
Yep. I hate these things.
Monoliths, yeah. You can't destroy...
These ones have less of a pattern. Like, they are sort of patternistic, but they are the worst. I was doing so much better at these the other time I was playing this on my own. Like, it's weird. Like...
Yeah, I guess because we're recording this now and
Of course everything has to go wrong when you're recording things.
Of course! That's part of the fun!
But yeah, usually out of these three, it's obviously a bow, it helps your shots go a bit further. That there adds a bit of extra fire to it, I think, and that there gives you a protective white thing once you get your health regenerated. Like, it's got to be 100% health before it'll turn up.
So it's kind of like the sword beams in the Zelda series.
Yeah, but even if you lose life after that, it won't go away. Like, it's just the original time that it gets activated.
That was quite a slick move there.
Yes, it's a bit about timing. But yeah, we're going here. We'll finish this level. There's only a bit more, and we've got castle, I believe. And I've got power-ups, and my health bar's gone up. Yep, here's castle now.
It's castle time.
So, this is the castle of the first level. There is no more, things. I may die before... likely, because health is low, but we'll see how we do.
You're not just going to take the L and start again with full health?
I could just take the loss, but yeah, what I am gonna do is, like, now that we've got one thing called the internet, we're going to find the castle so we can try and find all the people in it. Like,
okay, well, hang on. Like, we got my laptop here. Why don't I just bring up the map on them?
Because you want the stage 1 castle.
Yeah, I know. Kid Icarus, stage 1-4 map.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for, yes?
That's correct.
And I can pull it up on the screen and you can look over here at a glance.
Or you could even guide a little bit. But like I said, best things to do in these castles, if you do not, you know, back in the day when we did not have this map, you'd have to literally crawl all over the castle, try and find a map, and although this one's not hard to find it,
Right. I'm having a slight problem trying to find where you are right now, though.
be the first room.
Okay, so those... No, okay.
These are
So
the skulls.
those are Ganymedes, not
Yes.
the,
That's right. And they react similar pattern to these hairy nose things.
Yeah, the speck noses.
Yeah, them. So their patterning is similar. Very, very similar. Can sometimes be a bit off, especially if they hit you. They start like changing their patterning a little bit.
Okay. Now I think I might have found you.
If you want, go up. Right, there's the starting room there.
Yeah, I found. Yeah,
And then that's that next room. I'm now there.
Yeah, yep, I've got you now.
Okay, and that's where the map is in this castle. Right?
Ah, yes, it's right there.
Yeah. And that comes in handy. And the other thing you can do, or would have done in the NES game once you got your map to help you get around, you would go find a shop and buy a pencil and I think a torch, which pretty much highlights where you've been in the castle. Like, so that way you know what rooms you've been to release the angels. And as you saw earlier, I used hammers to release the 2 that were in this room.
How'd you get the hammer out? You press select for that, yeah?
Yep, you press the select button and it brings up your hammer.
Cool.
And you want to press it to make it go away as well. It doesn't go away by itself, and if you accidentally use hammers on anything else, it will use them.
Yeah, so you only want to use the hammers on the Centurion statues.
Yes. Because otherwise, you'll have to buy a heap more just to get your angel Centurion statues, whatever, done. There's one there. But,
Which you can actually use as cover as well.
A little bit, yeah. So I said there is uses for everything in this game if you just figure it out. And then you've got the time.
Now we had the emulator crapping out just then as well with the...
And there's the shop. Right. And
he's got a pencil. You want to try bartering this one, or...?
That one. I don't know if it'll work in here, but you can try. Like, we can always try. If it fails, it goes up.
We'll rewind on this one if it fails, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. Ah, it worked.
There you go. Yes, I can't win. See, so you get it a bit cheaper. Go grab a pencil. I wonder if it stays like this, though, because you can literally stay in here.
I don't think... it's gone up again.
It goes up again. So I wonder if it'd work a second time. Just out of... Yeah, there you go. May as well if it makes things cheaper a bit.
Alright, so what's that you just picked?
That's the torch. That's the torch. So you need the pencil and the torch. Like I said, those maps that you can get on the internet, generally in that case you wouldn't need those, because the maps tell you where to go to get all the people anyway. Like, but if you're doing it this way and you want to discover all the rooms, having those and your map is essential. And I'm gonna get myself some health. Why not? Kind of need it at the minute.
I didn't press the buttons.
No, that's okay. I don't expect it to necessarily be cheap all the time. You can try again now if you want. I'll get a little bit cheaper because...
I guess it's going to work every time, huh?
Yeah. Well, for this one, yeah. And for this, see, I'm trying to avoid getting too far under that urn. Like, yeah, I might get hurt a little bit. Rather than getting ganked by a whole bunch of snakes.
And this is essentially how you grind for hearts.
Yeah. You can do that, and like, obviously I believe the top floor here is probably an eggplant hospital.
That is a hospital, yeah.
Yeah. Which I hate those eggplant wizards, everyone does.
Yeah, everyone does. At least in Uprising it's a time-limited condition.
Yeah, which is better than having to find your way all the way to a hospital depending on how far you are in this.
Just for the record, the Tempura wizard in Uprising scared me to death because, yeah, if he Tempura'd you and then he caught up to you while you were a Tempura, then one hit KO. Then you just suffered a one hit KO, boy.
Sometimes it helps too if you just leave one snake. So that way you can go around the end.
Oh yes, because the enemies don't reset them.
Spawn after that. See, look, and for this, if you go above an urn, even on a different floor, it shoots the snakes, and so when you go under this one, none.
Nice.
Another hit. obviously, I said all this travelling around, you get a bit of hearts as well. The maximum amount of number you can get of your heart is like 999, so 999. Doesn't go any higher than that.
Of course.
Just to be perfectly clear, so if you ever get that, even if you're farming for point, like it's not just hearts but points. Like you can still farm for points, even though it's not adding to your money, because it counts towards the end of the round.
What?
As to how far your health bar and power-ups go.
What's the benefit to the points?
I said, at the end, how it adds it up, it seems to determine whether or not you level up, like with your health bar.
Ah, right. So, grinding for XP, basically.
Pretty much. Same as like your Dungeons and Dragons and that one. Grinding for XP. Because
Yeah,
I said, yeah, health bar gets a lot further than this, but to do that and to get the ultimate, it also helps you with these power-ups, how I turned green. It determines how often you get those, because I think the last colour you can ever get, I think, is blue. And sometimes it takes until another second round of this game. So as you see, you can see the green, that's where I've been in the castle, and that's what the pencil and that torch do. Without those, you wouldn't know. Like I said, so I can go up from here. I have no idea where it's going to take me though. You've got the map. Like, the last thing I want to do is get to the boss before I've gotten all the
The boss isn't this way, so you're fine.
So, like I said, that's the thing. Like, it was all guesswork.
Preparation and patience is vital to your success in this game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the professional speedrunners can do it to some degree, but you and me...
You can see when I've been rash how easily it's been that I've lost a whole bunch of life. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
It is not vital to be speedrunning this game. If you can do it, all props to you, but honestly...
and it is not how this game works.
It's not the way it's designed. At all. It's designed to be played with a lot of patience.
Yeah, here are the eggplant wizards.
Speaking of the terrible eggplant wizards...
They have lots of health too.
You can hear the panic in my voice. It's like, hey! You go away, snakes. Just in case I put down there. Don't think I've gone up there. Nope, no, I did.
That was a good call.
So like, I know I can go up here. But then if I come back down, it's going to be wizards, and I believe it's just a shop up there.
It is a shop up there.
And there's more here, so like, got lots of these to deal with.
Sometimes you just gotta believe.
Yep, sometimes. And like, sometimes there is a other hack, depending on the caster room with eggplant wizards, but that one there, those ones there, if you time it a little bit, it's less likely to bite you.
That is evil, and there's an urn just above it too.
Yep.
That's not a soft platform there, is it?
Yes, it is.
No, above you. No.
These aren't, no. But the bottom one there is. So again, you want to avoid that. See? It's tricks to everything. Ooh. I didn't see those there though, so that's going to be a thing. I can either go down there and get that or keep going to the side.
You only have one hammer left.
Yeah, I've got to buy more. That's where I need a shop. So I might have to go down here and come back around. I think the other reason for shops in this.
If you go left, you can make your way towards a hot spring.
Yeah, which is a good thing for health. But right now, I only had one left. Okay, well I'm gonna have to come back in this room. Anyway.
Oh, well, I don't think you can get back up there though.
No, you can't. Not from this end. And there's more angels here. So, like I said, I gotta go buy more hammers and come back. Pretty much how this works. you've got to, if you don't have enough hammers, I should have stayed at the shop and farmed and gotten more hammers. I didn't realise how low I was. But that is generally the trick. If you know how many hammers you need to free all these, you try and make sure you got enough. You can usually count them when you look at the map, but I wasn't looking. So I'm generally going this way so I can get back to a shop, and then I'll have to circle back around. Like I said, this is where patience has key. Like I said, on the NES versions, when you didn't have the internet and didn't have maps to follow other than the map you've got on your thing, this is the errors you could make and how many times you'd have to face enemies which can be to your detriment if you're not very good at the game. Which is not throwing shade, it's just the way it is.
It is just the way it is, yeah.
It could kill you. Like, literally, like, you would die and you'd have to start again. Again, still in the castle, but that's when people start to get a bit, like, shady. So if you don't get what you want from the shop, walk out, walk back in, just keep doing this. And there you go.
There you go, hammers.
Like, and it may not keep the hammers, like, sometimes it's a whole bunch of back and forth thing, and you just gotta deal with it. It's, what it is to get hammers.
I'm gonna hit the thing on it in this bit.
It's 20 for a hammer, I'm not threatened.
Especially since you gotta wait for him to stop talking before you can continue.
Yeah. No, okay, go walk out. Go back in, there's hammers again.
How many more hammers do you need on this level?
Well, that's the thing. If you actually check, it tells me how many have I unlocked so far? 15. So if you minus 15 of the angel men,
There's no...
it should show you where they are on the map.
It does show, but
It won't tell you how many, I don't think. I've always had to look at the map and find each one and count them. If you're doing it that way. But I believe as the first castle it's something like, can't remember if it's 28 or 30-ish. It's usually between the first and second castles, there's like 28 to 30-ish in each one. One's got more than the other. I can just never remember exactly. And I've got 15 angels saved so far, so it's never any more than like 32 at most in any of the castles. Like,
alright then.
but I've got like I believe
If it's 32, if 32 is the maximum, then you need only 12 more hammers. Or 17.
like I said, it doesn't go any higher than that, and even then I'm not certain like how many I need. And if you don't use them all in this castle, I think you get to keep your hammers and you go like with them to the next sort of level and through to the next castle. So having an overstock of hammers, not such a big deal. It'd be preferential if you knew exactly how many you needed, so you don't have to go spending too much money. But at the same time, that's why farming for coins or hearts, or whatever you want to call them, because they are your currency.
So I'm gonna go again, but I believe I counted 27.
It could be 28, because I know that I think there's one with 28-ish, one with 30-something, and one with, about 18 or something, I think. 18 or 20 or something, I don't know. I think the very last castle has the least amount of them, but it's the most frustrating one to find them all. Because it is such a runaround, the very last castle before Medusa, even though I think it's got the least amount of angels in it that you have to release. It's a pain. A lot of running around.
So I've got 27 centurions in this entire map.
27. I always thought it was 28, but I could be wrong. Either way, how many hammers do I have now? I'll check. So I've got 13. That's 28. So that should be enough.
Yep. You got one spare too, so...
Yeah, so in case the map
You may want to reload your health as well. Remember, we can get it for 100 a pop.
Right, yeah. I hadn't thought it would make it to a health spa. You know, that's the old gamer in me going, yeah, I've got enough for this. But yeah, why not? I suppose it'll increase our chances of getting there. That's probably all I'll need.
Yeah. Yeah, good idea.
Especially because I'm not rewinding this generally at all, because I'm like...
Well, we're going to have to rewind if something goes wrong, just so we can keep things moving in this stream.
Oh, yes, yeah. But I said most of the case this time around, like you've seen, most of the time I've definitely not done it at all.
Yeah.
For anything.
Yeah, clearly you haven't needed to, up till this point.
Yeah. So let's see. According to this, I obviously, like, I've been over here, but according to the map I hadn't been. And the very next one would be the opening room. So I know not to go any further that way.
Yeah, because we got the...
And we went down as far as we could go down.
That's the only room on this map with Ganymedes.
Yeah.
Actually, no, there is one other room in here, and those Ganymedes are red on this map.
Yeah, that's right. They are a little bit harder to beat. But they actually have full hearts. The blue ones have five hearts, but 5 hearts. Any red enemies like that in castles have the full hearts. Yeah, the full 10. Except for these guys. If you have these ones and they're blue, they're one little small heart. The red ones of these only have the 5. So like, yeah, it just depends. But yeah, here's our eggplant wizards again. See, like, going around having to muck around, this is what you get.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Don't mess. You gotta mess around, this game's gonna whoop your ass.
Like I said, so if you have the props to think ahead, especially now that you've got the technology you have, make sure you buy enough hammers from any shops in the stages as you go along, or in the castle. I'm gonna have to fuck around again because I missed this one.
You missed the...
Yeah, I have to go get these because there's some I've missed. Like I said, I'll try and get all of them. So this is a whole bunch of dealing with eggplant wizards I shouldn't have to do because I wasn't smart enough to make sure I had the hammers and go the right way to begin with to unlock these. Like I said, if you use the actual mats, it helps to your advantage. You kind of know where you're going. And then you don't have to do what I'm doing. Which is a whole bunch more, which does risk a lot. If you're careful, not so much, but...
It is very much a war of attrition.
It is. It's like a whole bunch of patience, and that's what I said from the start. You know, this game is about patience, timing, and just, noting patterns. Because 100% of the time, there is ways to, you know, kind of work it out. Like, I'm not sure how to get to that one from the bottom room, but might have to figure that one out.
You'll have to go via the hot spring area.
Yeah, which we're gonna head to.
So
now that I've had to come back and do another full circle. Like I said, I'll go back. I don't need the shops now. I'm doing good. I just have to go back up and keep working our way across now. Pretty much. So we said, pretty sure we've got enough hammers now.
I guarantee that if I was playing this game, I would not survive as long as you have.
Well, I said a lot of people would say that, and I said all it takes is a bit of practice.
Bit of practice, bit of patience, knowing the patterns. Yeah, you know the.
You start to learn them. Like, the more you play it, the more it's easy. And actually watching somebody else also helps a little because you start seeing the patterning. And you go, oh yeah, I can kind of see it. You know?
I'm sure at this point some people are watching this either now or later, and seeing, oh yeah, we can see what Revo's doing here. So.
Yeah, because like that's it. I don't know how many people that play this game to show people, oh look, it can be done. Like, actually explain a lot of the intricacies behind how it's best to play it. Like,
Now, does direct contact with the eggplant wizard turn you into an eggplant? Or
no, it just
only the spell does.
yeah, only when it actually hits you with the eggplant.
Right, be ready to move to the
that
left.
comes out from one.
There's another centurion.
But sometimes that is also a gimme with the eggplant wizard. If you can gut losing a bit of health by running into one, it'll stop you from actually getting cursed.
Ah, yes, because you get intangibility after.
For a small period while you're fuzzy. Like, it stops you from...
As was the case in just about
damage like
any video game of this era.
Yeah. But it does cost a bit of life to do it that way, and there are other ways to, like I said, avoid
there are better
egg planted without that. But
better ways, basically.
sometimes it is a strategy I use, but then again, most of the time I've got most health than people by the time I do that sort of thing. So it's all a matter of perspective, really. So I said, obviously this is our little health pit, or what do you want to call it?
A hot spring.
Hot spring. I say health pit. Pretty much what I've always called it. I'm like, is this yellow lava? No, it's not. It's life-giving. Which is funny, because when you beat the second castle, I found it's really hilarious. You beat the second castle, second boss. It has actual lava at the bottom, but when you beat it, it goes yellow. Do not walk in. It does not become alive. It is still lava.
Okay. Now here we go, we got the red, which
Like
you're
this.
one-hit KOings anyway.
Yes, so they don't take more hits, but they do give more rewards. But they can be harder to, like you saw I got hit a couple times there. I can't reach that one, even if I hit it. Like, you just can't jump that high. I don't know why they do that, because you can never get it. Like I said, in this case, best scenario. Because, that one there in particular.
Yeah, he's just rapid firing now. Right, now, do you need to go up from here? Yes, you do. Because you got to go up from here once.
Yeah, but is that way going to get me an angel I don't have yet?
Yes.
Which means I may have to go back this way first and then come back.
No.
Because there's angels there. Or... See? That's what happens.
Alright. Why don't we just rewind for this one?
Rewind. But yeah, so... I'll keep it like I didn't go in that room yet. But yeah,
normally we'd have to go to the hospital to fix that, but
you saw where that is.
we have to keep
we've got to keep going.
we got to keep this stream moving.
Yeah, like I said, that's the only reason we do that. But yeah, I can do this without doing that at all. I can beat this game without rewinding.
Yeah.
At all. It's just a time constraint. Like I said, not game wise, but you know, life wise.
Yeah. Now we're heading for the Twin Bellows now, so... Oh, it is 28, okay.
Told you, there's two in here. Like, I don't always trust the map, like, sometimes...
No, I was just counting wrong, because like, I see 2 on this one as well.
Probably didn't see one very well, because it's... like, hidden a little bit. Either way, so there you go, exactly 28 in this castle. So future note, 28 hammers are needed if you want to get all of them, because that helps again towards your ending to this story. That's why you want to try and get all of them.
Twin Bellows. First boss in this game, first boss in Kid Icarus Uprising 2.
Sometimes it just helps to just tank it.
Yep. Which you can definitely afford to do. Shoot! The Centurions shoot with you. Oh right, I forgot that there was a health bar on the thing.
Yep. So that's done.
Wait, why didn't you collect the chest then?
No, it just gives it to you.
Alright.
So I'll prove it. Like, I know we're stopping at the end of this, I believe. unless you want to go further.
No, well,
But
power
see,
up.
because of the amount of coins and everything else I managed to do, this is the next round, but you can see the treasure is automatically added.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay then.
So
Well,
for this, I'm going to then do this, so that way we don't lose our progress. We'll create a suspend point.
yeah, but
I
that's
will
all.
put it as safe lot 4.
But that's all we have time for today. Thank you for joining us today, Revo. Maybe we'll do this again soon.
Yeah, it would be good to continue on. I think it's worthwhile showing people that this can be done.
Yeah. There's tricks.
It's not
tricks
that
to it,
hard of a
all,
thing.
just like all games of this era. There's tricks to it. All right. Anyway, mates, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to switch on notifications. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment on the stream as well. And it helps out a great deal. And also, don't forget to buy me a coffee as well.